know that sounds like a weird preamble, but your order of service calls for me to be reading from Jeremiah. And I got news for you. I'm reading from Daniel. Now, I hope that doesn't close things up.
Yeah, it's perfect. Mine's at Jeremiah 2, but I'm talking about Daniel.
Oh! I guess it's the story that two wrongs can, on occasion, make a right. Today is the first Sunday of Advent. With hope, we begin our time of waiting for the birth of Christ in our midst once again. And it is with hope in mind that we hear these readings this morning. Our gospel reading is Luke's version of the coming of the Son of Man. This passage finds Jesus describing himself as a fulfillment of the Son of Man prophecy from the Old Testament book of Daniel. Now, most biblical scholars would agree that Jesus did not likely describe himself in this way, but rather it is the words of the gospel writer, writing more than 80 years later, after Jesus' death, who had come to see Jesus as the fulfillment of the Son of Man prophecy. Although this is often interpreted as Jesus' second coming in an end-of-the-world sense, it's more valuable as words of hope for us and for the new Jesus communities of that very first century, just as Daniel's vision gave hope to his people in difficult times. These are stories of hope for the coming of the chosen one, the Son of Man, who would bring about God's kingdom in the whole earth. Hear now these readings from Daniel 7, 13 and 14, and later Luke 21, verses 25 to 36. As I watched in the night visions, I saw the Son of Man coming with the clouds of heaven. And he came, and he was presented to God. To him was given dominion and glory and kingship, that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that shall not pass away, and his kingship is one that shall never be destroyed. And then Luke, and in that reading it says, Jesus said, "There will be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars, and on the earth, distress among nations confused by the roaring of the sea and the waves. People will faint from fear and foreboding of what is coming upon the world, for the powers of the heavens will be shaken. Then they will see the Son of Man coming on a cloud with power and great glory. Now, when these things begin to take place, stand up and raise your heads, because your redemption is drawing near." Then Jesus told them a parable. "Look at the fig tree and all the trees. As soon as they sprout leaves, you can see for yourselves and know that summer is already near. So also, when you see these things that I have spoken of taking place, you know that the kingdom of God is near. Truly, I tell you, this generation will not pass away until all things have taken place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. Be on guard so that your hearts are not weighed down with dissipation and drunkenness and the worries of this life, and that day catch you unexpectedly like a trap. For it will come upon all who live on the face of the whole earth. Be alert at all times, praying that you may have the strength to escape all these things that will take place, and to stand before the Son of Man." Hear what the Spirit is saying to the church.